Alright guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So today we have weekly prep. Alright, so this evening when I got off, I went ahead and stopped at 2 of our local stores and picked up as much food as I can. This is one of the things that we try to push here on the channel, is a weekly prep. This is normal canned goods. Alright, we've shown everything from long-term food stores, which we do encourage buying, but we also say get your normal foods first. That's your normal rotational stock. I recommend up to a 2-year supply. This is food that you normally eat. Tonight you want to have chicken, you pull from your stocks and then you replace it. All right, it's constantly being rotated out. You will never hear an expiration date doing so. So let's go ahead and cover what we have here, give you a couple of ideas. You do not have to purchase what we purchase. You don't have to get items from the same store that we go to. You don't have to do that. I go to Walmart because I get a bigger bang for my buck. So let's go ahead and talk about, this is the Bristol ham. Yes, I like the Bristol ham. I lucked out. I hit 2 stores and we got a total of 8, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 of these. These things here, guys, they do not have to be refrigerated. If you open them up, yes, they do have to be refrigerated. But for storage, simple storage, keep it in a climate control environment. You can eat it just, you don't have to cook it. It's already pre-cooked, everything. You can eat it straight out of the can. Now, I've shown videos, should be one popped up there, where I've opened up a lot of these items so you can kind of see what they are. Don't buy 12 of the Bristol ham if you don't like Bristol ham. If you never tried it, get one. Taste test it, see if you like it. Because these things are not cheap. They're over $3. So prep what you eat. All right, if you don't like Bristol ham, don't get it. All right, there's also a brand called Dax. You can get that as well. If you don't like it, don't get it. Next up, we have whole potatoes in a can. This is Walmart, guys. In case you didn't realize, I shop at Walmart. Went ahead and got a flat. There's a total of 12. The cardboard actually ripped on me and I dropped a couple of these. Luckily, they're not all dented up. We use a lot of potatoes. I get the diced, slice, and whole in the can. We also get instant potatoes. Unfortunately, our instant potatoes that we usually get from the grocery store only has a best by date by a year, if I remember correctly. They're in a rotational stock, and mainly that's because of the amount of butter that's inside your instant mashed potatoes. If you can get it without butter, you can put them in Mylar, like all that Mylar over there. You can seal them up to last much longer. They also have freeze-dried potatoes that you can get through, you know, any of these companies that sell long-term food stores. The ones we're affiliated with, they've got them too. But this is a focus on your normal rotational stock. It is cheaper to get 2-year supply of normal canned goods and dry goods than it is a 2-year supply of long-term food storage. It just is. The process to freeze-dried, package, and everything else, shipping, that adds to the cost of buying freeze-dried. Do I encourage you to do that? Yes, I do, but after you get a supply of food for your family at a reasonable price, normal rotational stock. All right, next up we have, this is tuna. And I get the tuna in water. Some people like the vegetable oil. I prefer water. To me, it seems to last longer, but you know, the argument on the internet is always there. Most of our meals require tuna with water, not vegetable oil. All right, so we get the water. We've got 3 of the 4 packs. That gives us 12. Yeah. Next up, these are my favorite, is the chunk chicken breast. This is Walmart. These things have went through the roof, and we knew they would. All right, so we've got 3 of the 4 packs here, and we've got 5 of the 2 packs. So that gives us what, 22? Let me do my math. Yes, it's 22. Actually, I had to count. Chicken, we use a lot of chicken in our foods. Now guys, we have a playlist, should be popped up there for you. That is a weekly prep playlist. We go over all kind of different stuff. You'll see some of the very similar stuff in our playlist because it's what we eat. All right, we eat this stuff. This is why we're always rotating it out, adding more to it. It doesn't take long to get up to a 2-year supply of food. It really doesn't. You just have to buckle down and keep at it. When I say it doesn't take long, we are spending money to get a 2-year supply. All right, if money's tight, hard to come by, even $5 a week still adds food in your preps. Case in point, This is 5 cans of potatoes right here. All right. Well, let me put it there. 5 cans of potatoes. That is less than $5. That's 5 cans of food that you just put back for your family. So, sound like the rainstorm is coming and hitting us, our location right now. Guys, I'm going to try to continue to provide videos for you as much as possible with my work schedule and everything else. It makes it very tiresome. So if I seem a little scatterbrained, I do apologize. Yesterday's video I released, it turned out the mic was not even turned on. I apologize for that. I didn't realize it. But I want to encourage you to get food stockpiled up. I do. All right. This is the cheapest way of doing it. You can your own food, but then you have to also purchase all that stuff. Then you also have to deal with storage, jars, lids, that whole 9 yards. There's nothing wrong with that. I encourage you to learn how to can, pressure can. I encourage you to. But for most of us that don't have the time schedule to sit down and do that every day, canned goods, dry goods, seal them up. Your dry goods, put them in Mylar. All right. Put your food. Stockpile it. This is rice. 5-pound bag of rice. Mylar it up. Put an O2 absorber in it. You're good for over 20 years. Start stocking food when this stuff happens, and you can, just get your head out of the sand. You can see what's going on across the globe. You can see the war drums. You can hear the pounding away on these things. To think nothing is going to massively happen with all these conflicts that are building up, all these other countries getting on board, getting prepared. All these countries are getting prepared for a major event. Why aren't you? Being able to feed your family when there is a food shortage, when supply chains breaks and they cannot move food. How are you going to get food? Now, I've seen the comments, and we've covered this many times on growing your own food. We've shown videos on how to grow to seed and store those as well. But you are talking about something that can take up to 4 months to produce something to eat. What are you going to eat during that time? And here's another thing. This is why I say a 2-year supply of normal food. If something major happens to your garden, and if you garden like we do here, anything can and will happen to your garden. Everything from pests to environment. I've had whole gardens demolished by windstorms, corn flat to the ground. I've had gardens flooded out by freak rains. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Same with when you do your preps, move that stuff around. I've spoken to another one of our viewers. They lost all their preps due to a house fire. I've spoken about this many a time. 2012, my house burned down. I lost everything that was in that house. I got my kids out, but I lost every single one of my preps. This is why we disperse our preps. We don't keep them all in one location. All it takes is one event in your home, and you lose it all. Then you're starting all over again. Move your supplies around. That's what we do. Everything. Move it all around. Don't keep it in one spot. All right, guys, definitely appreciate you hanging out with me. I am about to go get some rest. I did shower at least. I'm exhausted. Speak to y'all later.